Hey guys, it's me, Opinions by Mike, and today I'm here to tell you why the Utah Jazz will win the NBA championship. Ever since the beginning of the season, the Utah Jazz have been the team to beat. They started off looking like one of the best teams in the league. With the shortened offseason and preseason due to COVID, many of the best teams in the league got off to a rough start. The Heat, the Raptors, and the Warriors all started slow, and it was clear that this season would be different. This can be seen now, as neither LeBron nor Curry is in the finals, the first time in like 10 years. However, the Utah Jazz have started amazing. Why, you might ask? Well, the roster had little turnover, and essentially all their key players stayed the same. Mike Conley, Donovan Mitchell, and Rudy Gobert, their big three sort of to speak, all stayed the same, with key bench contributors such as Joe Ingles and Jordan Clarkson also staying the same. Additionally, their longtime head coach, Quinn Snyder, who I believe is one of the better coaches in the league, also stayed the same. The Utah Jazz have had almost a perfect season. Other than the month that Donovan Mitchell missed, they've had little to no injuries and have had the opportunity to build a perfect team and their team chemistry. Their defense, led by one of the best defensive players in the league, Rudy Gobert, has looked amazing, and their offense, led by a top 10 player in the league in Donovan Mitchell, has also looked unstoppable. Additionally, their depth in Joe Ingles and Jordan Clarkson will only help their team succeed. With the momentum they have been able to build, I believe that they have the opportunity to win the championship this year. Clearly, this year is different with the pandemic, and the best team may not necessarily win. Of all the teams left in the East, I still think the Nets will make the finals. I believe they can beat the Bucks, but I would be cautious considering they have no bench and all their stars could easily get injured given their heavy minutes. If it isn't the Nets coming out of the East, I believe it will be the Bucks, because the 76ers are done with Joel Embiid's knee injury, which in my opinion is much worse than they make it seem. I think Joel Embiid is likely done for the season with his torn meniscus. A torn meniscus is not a day-to-day injury. I've had knee problems before, and I personally know how it's like to play through it. And a torn meniscus is much worse than I've ever had. And if I was playing through pain, I can only imagine what Joel Embiid is going through. If the Bucks played the Jazz in the finals, I believe the Jazz would win because they were undefeated and pretty much dominated every game against the Bucks they played in the regular season. Now from the West, I think that the Jazz will be able to overcome the Suns, which I admit might be tough since the Suns have also had pretty much a perfect season. However, I think the Jazz, who have consistently been to the playoffs over the years, will have the edge due to their playoff experience. The Clippers will be lucky to succeed, so we won't even talk about them. The Nuggets without Jamal Murray, I believe, will not have enough to overcome the Jazz, unless Michael Porter Jr. and Austin Rivers absolutely go off. And therefore, in conclusion, that is why I think the Utah Jazz will win the NBA championship. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed.